Thanks for joining me again. It's another great day here in Deal City. I'm your host, Reed Stiles. Last week, we talked about an overview of DealCityShow and kind of some of the motivations behind the work that I'm doing. I wanted to show you the next slide in my pitch deck, which is the goal here is to unify all the deals without bias. So I think what's interesting about the fragmented oil and gas space is that everyone kind of has their own angle and their own bias. So if you're a large marketplace or a big broad marketplace, then you're going to look at all deals. If you're very specialized, then maybe you're biased toward mineral or royalty deals like many of the platforms. And if you're a larger or middle advisor, then you're searching for certain deal sizes. But if you're servicing the lower end of the market, but the problem is that many times buyers are agnostic to deal size, and so there's not really a place for them to look at every single type of niche deal, regardless of the size, regardless of the scope, regardless of the location. So I want to just show you quickly that this is all part of the strategy. Short term is to work with these marketplaces that are online, but also the advisors, and slowly unify them in a nice, neat method. All right, let's switch over to the Deal City list. Thank you so much for the feedback from last week. A direct email that I received at DealCityShow@gmail.com led to me adding in the listing URLs as clickable hyperlinks. I know that seems like a simple fix. Previously, I had them, but when I was copy pasting, creating my template, I lost them. So thank you for that feedback. If you have any other similar feedback, quality of life adjustments, anything that you'd like to see in the list, please email me at DealCityShow@gmail.com. So these updates are going to come through YouTube, so make sure that you're subscribed to the Reed Stiles YouTube channel. Additionally, I'm posting all of this information summarized on Substack. So it's dealcity.substack.com. It's free for buyers, free for viewers. There is a paid subscriber option. Currently, there are no perks other than to just support the project. If you received any value, of course, I would love to receive more paid subscribers, and over time, I'll add perks in that department. So thank you to the one person that's already subscribed to that, which is great. So as you're using the sheet, I know that there are still some blanks, and some of the feedback I received is that there are several blanks that might be holding you back from finding certain deals. I'm going to continue to work with each platform or advisor directly to try to fill in some of these blanks. Many times these blanks just are a function of the fact that the data that I'm pulling, which is very basic data, just is incomplete for certain deals. And so if the data is obvious and readily available, then I'm filling it in. And if it's not, then instead of trying to guess, I'm just leaving it blank. And that's not a knock on the platforms. That's probably more of a mix of deals are very unique. Oftentimes a deal might be a mixed package with minerals, royalties, non-op, working interest. So what I've done is just tried to simplify it as best I can. And ultimately nothing's going to replace, going to these platforms and looking through their deals. But I hope that this opens your eyes to many niche platforms, but also might point you towards a basin or a platform or a deal that you might not have found on your own. A good example would be I've tried to, by deal type, sort all the deals into their respective buckets. So if it's mineral royalty, you can sort there and look for all mineral royalty deals. Now, it's never going to be perfect based on the data that I'm using. It's imperfect and it's constantly changing, but hopefully this opens your eyes to some new platforms out there. For instance, Mineral Hub, Texas Royalty Brokers, Red River Hub. Some of these may be a little lesser known to you, but this opens your mind and inspires you to go check them out and maybe learn more and maybe tap into a new basin or a new broker to find new deal flow. Thank you so much for your support in the early days. As you know, I want to remain free to buyers, free to viewers. I want the list to remain free. In order to do that, I need to be ad supported. And so if you're a platform on my list, please consider supporting me. Trust me, I have great perks for you. This direct listing to the URLs on your platform will be going away at some point once I have a few premium platforms. Additionally, I have room at the top if you're a provider of services. I've already got a few leads, a few people from the last video, and thank you so much for your interest. And there will be a limited number of slots for that. And your support will just keep the project going. Thanks so much and keep grinding on deals.